Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. A 2,000-year-old silver dagger used by a Roman soldier has been uncovered and restored. Let's explore. That's right, this comes to us from lifescience.com. I found this on a search, and actually, some of you actually sent me this story as well. This is fascinating indeed. Archaeologists in Germany were lost for words after the discovery of a 2,000-year-old silver dagger. The weapon was found in its sheath in the grave of a Roman soldier who once fought against the Germanic tribes. The dagger was so corroded it took 9 months of sandblasting and grinding before the sharp, 13-inch long weapon was restored, at which point, pun intended, researchers were easily able to remove it from its richly decorated sheath. The find is unusual given that it was not the normal practice for Roman soldiers to be buried with their military equipment, said Bettina Tremmel, an archaeologist at the Westphalia Department of Preservation and Care of Field Monuments in Germany, who specializes in the Roman Empire and took part in the excavation with the University of Trier. An intern with the Westphalia Department, 19-year-old Nico Kamen, discovered the dagger and sheath, as well as the remains of the decorated leather belt, during an archaeological dig at Haltermann am See, which is Haltern at the lake, a town in the German state of North Rhine-Westphalia, in April of 2019. During the Augustan period from 27 BC to AD 14, Haltern was home to a Roman military base known as Hauptlager, or main camp. Archaeologists have known about the site since 1900, making the newfound discovery of the dagger all the more surprising, Tremmel said. The Roman soldiers stationed at the base weren't terribly successful. 3 Roman legions, which are large military units of about 5,000 men each, were wiped out during the defeat of the German general and politician Varus by the Germanic tribes in 9 AD. Not too far from the base is a cemetery where Roman soldiers and their families were buried. It was there, in this cemetery, that Kalman discovered the corroded dagger. The discovery of the dagger was emotional. We were lost for words, Tremmel told Live Science. Imagine, though thousands of Roman soldiers were stationed in Haltern over almost 15 years or more, there are only a few finds of weapons, especially complete and intact ones. Fascinating indeed. And here we see some of the photographs of the excavation and the knife there. Wow, fascinating indeed. There's the sheath, the sword with the sheath there. There it is, away from the sheath. Hard to believe silver would be used for the blade. It seemed like the metal would be too soft, but wow. There it is. Fascinating indeed. Look at it. Boy, what a weapon to own. That would be so cool. To even have a replica of it, and silver would be nice. Tremmel immediately got in touch with restorers in Munster who came to the Haltern and excavated the rusty lump of a dagger from the earthen block, she said. After the dagger was x-rayed, CT scanned, and restored, archaeologists marveled at the dagger. Its handle is inlaid with silver and decorated with rivets, and the iron blade, okay, so the blade actually is iron, has deep grooves on either side of the midrib, a pronounced waist, and a long tapering point, Tremmel said. The iron sheath is lined with linen wood and decorated with red glass, silver, and yellow, a black mixture of often sulfur, copper, silver, and lead. The red shiny enamel rings of the sheath were used to hang the dagger from a belt, which was also found in the grave. The dagger was likely wielded by a legionary infantryman, an auxiliary infantryman, or an officer known as a centurion, Tremmel said. However, daggers weren't the main weapons used by the military. The dagger was a formidable weapon to have as a backup should the sword be lost or damaged. The penalties for loss of equipment were so severe, and there was every incentive for a soldier to keep a tight grip on his helmet, sword, and dagger. It's a mystery why the individual was buried with a dagger. Perhaps the owner was a Celtic or German native. Unlike the Romans, members of those tribes were often buried with their weapons. Or maybe the person was Roman, but wanted the dagger to be included in the burial, Tremmel said. The only other Roman military belt dagger and sheath discovery was in a small Roman military camp in Velsen in the Netherlands. In that case, a Roman soldier was thrown into a pit during the military conflict with the Germans in 28 BC. With impressive cutaway illustrations that show how things function. Let's see here. Okay, this talks about another show there, how it works. But this is fascinating indeed, story to be able to find something of this magnitude and discovery here. And it's so well preserved, too. It's absolutely amazing. So the blade is iron. All the decorative elements here are silver, which makes a lot more sense. Very interesting and fascinating indeed. I hope you enjoyed this story. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.